welcome back to the Macro Gamer channel. My name is Mark Hassingham, and today we're going into our Sword Portfolio's weekly numbers. So this is for week number 5, so it's a brand new portfolio. It's as of today's date, August 16th, 2025. So just like our Shield week after week numbers, now we're doing our Sword week after week numbers. So we have the Weapons of Finance strategy, and this is the Sword part of that strategy. So this is our ancillary portfolio, meaning it supports the primary, and the Shield is the primary. It's an offensive strategy focused on long-term and high growth potential with aggressive volatility and risk. We look for focused sector investments and find targeted stock opportunities. And we have a streamlined management process. This is just kind of a high-level view of how the portfolio works. We have our portfolio's net worth, currently at $139.22, with a total market gain of $9.88 and a return of positive 9.05%. You see, you have our pie chart here with all individual investments. This large slice here is Village Farms. It's quite well outperformed everything else, as you can see in this pie chart. So it's really good, really done good. We have our portfolio weekly data for week number 5. So this is as of August 8th, 2025 till today, August 16th, 2025. We have no net cash flow. Pardon me. We have a market gain of $6.78 with no dividend earned, so that means we have a total gain of $6.78. And we have a money-weighted return of positive 5.12%. So that's our weekly data. And now we have a little bit over a month of this portfolio, so now we can start doing the monthly charts. So this is the monthly chart going back to July 15th, 2025 till today, August 16th, 2025. We have a net cash flow of $29.34. So this was a $30 deposit on July 30th. So you see this large spike up on the chart. We have no dividend earned, and we have a market gain of $8.53. So it gives us a total gain of $8.53. That gives us a money weighted return for the month of positive 7.23%. And then we have our all-time data for week number 5. So this goes back to portfolio inception on July 11th, 2025, so just last month. We have net cash flow of $129.34. So that's the initial $100 to open the account and a $30 deposit on July 30th. And then every third week we'll deposit $30. So we have no dividend earned. We have a market gain of $9.88, which gives us a total gain of $9.88. And we have a money weighted return of positive 9.05%. So this is our charts. Now we have our weekly percentages. So we have our target weighting on the right. We have our ARK ETF at 20% and all 10 stocks at 8%. So we'll go through them for the week. The ARK ETF is up 3.02% for a market gain of 81 cents. Our agricultural stock, Village Farms, ticker symbol VFF, is up 49.44% for a market gain of $6.68. And they just had their earnings report, which was good, and the stock surged. We have our data analytics stock, Palantir, ticker symbol PLTR, down 5.23% for a market loss of 67 cents. We have our water sector stock pick, Consolidated Water, ticker symbol CWCO, up 10.53% for a market gain of $1.12. We have our aerospace sector stock pick, Rocket Lab, ticker symbol RKLB, with the stock down 0.90% for market loss of 10 cents. We have our healthcare sector stock pick, CRISPR Therapeutics, ticker symbol CRSP. Stock is up 8.67% for market gain of 85 cents. We have our automotive sector stock, Rivian Automotive, ticker symbol RIVN, up 3.88% for a market gain of 38 cents. We have our defense sector stock pick, AeroVironment, ticker symbol AVAV, down 0.40% for market loss of 4 cents. We have our manufacturing sector stock pick, Stratasys, ticker symbol SSYS, down 14.96% for market loss of $1.64. We have our financial sector stock pick, Coinbase, ticker symbol COIN, up 2.29% for market gain of 20 cents. And we have our energy sector stock pick, NewScale Power Corporation, ticker symbol SMR, down 9.78% for market loss of 81 cents. So it's our weekly percentages. So just going back to August 8th, 1 week performance. Then we have our monthly percentages. So going back to July 15th till today. So we have ARC ETF up 5.60% for market gain of $1.32. Village Farms up 111%, market gain of $9.84. So it's been doing very good. Palantir up 19.50% for market gain of $1.83. Consolidated Water up 9.64% for market gain of 92 cents. Rocket Lab down 0.59% for market loss of 6 cents. CRISPR Therapeutics up 11.18% for market gain of 98 cents. Rivian Automotive down 4.12% for market loss of 39 cents. AeroVironment down 7.72% for market loss of 75 cents. Stratasys down 16.71% for market loss of $1.63. Coinbase down 20.09% for market loss of $1.95. And NewScale down 17.46% for market loss of $1.58. That's our monthly percentages. And then finally, of course, our all-time percentages, but it's only 5 weeks in. But we have ARC ETF up 6.07% for market gain of $1.34. Village Farms up 106.44% for market gain of $9.22. Palantir up 23.99% for market gain of $2.05. Consolidated Water up 8.62% for market gain of 78 cents. Rocket Lab up 12.22% for market gain of $1.04. CRISPR Therapeutics up 6.74% for market gain of 58 cents. Rivian up 5.03% for down 5.03% for market loss of 45 cents. AeroVironment down 4.88% for a market loss of 43 cents. Stratasys down 18.02% for market loss of $1.66. Coinbase down 22.25% for market loss of $2.06. And NewScale down 6.99% for market loss of 53 cents. Those are all-time percentages. And we have no portfolio transactions this week. And that's it for our weekly numbers. So short and sweet. And we go into our charts. So we have our ARC ETF on a 1 year. So we have the trend kind of going sideways now. So bottom to this is during Liberation Day tariff announcement before the 9-day pause, and it shot up, and now it's kind of going sideways. It kind of rebounded. It looks like we're starting to come back up, but now we got a little bit of sideways action happening. So if we zoom in, we can just see it kind of going sideways. We got SMR, so still dropped. So we could probably do some good arrows. Whoop, like that. Let's make that red because it's going down. Copy that because we're probably gonna use it again. So we had same thing since Liberation Day tariff announcements, then it went up, and now we're coming down. So now we're just uptrend, then downtrend. So we're in a downtrend right now. Consolidated Water, still doing good. Kind of came down, then really shot up. Really shot up right here. This is their post earnings. I think I gotta go through my data and try to remember. But it shot up pretty good. So still doing pretty good. I guess I could extend this maybe like that. Something like that. So Consolidated Water doing good. Village Farms, this one. Yeah, this one's crazy. So this is post earnings. Now I really gotta extend this out. So this is post earnings. So it really shot up, did real good. Village Farms doing great. Best performer in the portfolio right now. We have Coinbase, so we'll just add this little guy here. So we're coming down. So we had this big uptrend, and now we're starting to turn around, starting to come down. Stratasys. Oh, this just came like straight down. Really dropped down. Come on, there we go. I'm having a hard time grabbing it. Oh, because it's at the edge of the chart. There we go. That's better. So now it's in a sharp downtrend. It's almost coming back to its slow around 890. Rivian, for sure, has been coming down. They lost money on their quarter because they're an electric car company, and that's what they do, unless you're Tesla. So it's been coming down. So uptrend and then coming down to a downtrend. Palantir still overall good. A little bit of a sell-off right here. At the top, it's still in this large uptrend. Even if you go back, all is just a huge run up. Really good run up. CRISPR Therapeutics, kind of a reversal trend, is coming down. So it's coming down, and then now it's starting to turn around. So down and turn around. Got AeroVironment. It's kind of been drooping downwards. There we go. Something like that. Oh, this. There we go. So it's been kind of just drooping there. So it shot up, and then it's come down. And then last but not least, Rocket Lab. Also kind of in this downtrend. Something like that. Something like that. There we go. So shot up and it's come down. So a lot of pullbacks on most of these stocks, except for like Consolidated Water, Village Farms, even Palantir's pulling back just slightly, but a lot of them pulling back. It's fine. Watching CRISPR having a turnaround, which is interesting, but a lot of them pulling back. So let's see if there's any news. Oh, just like to get a quick update. Okay. See if just anything's happened. Record-breaking inflows. ARK saw massive inflows of 2.8 billion last week, including a record 1.1 billion on Monday and 1.4 billion on Tuesday, marking the largest single-day inflow since 2021. This flipped ARK's year-to-date flows from negative to 2.6 billion in inflows for 2025. Strong performance rebound. ARK has nearly doubled in value since its April low of around $40, driven by gains in key holdings such as Coinbase, Roblox, Shopify, Palantir, Robinhood, and the Circle IPO. It's still 50% below its 2021 peak, but showing a strong recovery. Portfolio reallocation. ARK purchased over 725,000 shares of the Trade Desk TTD after a 38.6 drop due to disappointing earnings and a CFO departure, making TTD the 27th largest holding at 85 million. ARK acquired 19 million in Block Square SQ shares across its ETFs, reflecting confidence in fintech at a three-week low. ARK bought 1.7 million shares of bullish BLSH, reinforcing its focus on digital asset innovation. Bullish stock surged nearly 100% since its NYSE debut. Interesting. Retail investor enthusiasm. The surge of inflows, particularly fueled by renewing retail interest and high volatility meme and cold stocks. Blah blah blah. Its opinion. Kathy Wood strategy. Kathy Wood CEO ARK Invest continues her focus on disruptive innovation, emphasizing AI, robotics, blah blah blah. Already know that. Figma investment. ARK snapped up 60,000 shares of Figma following a strong debut, indicating confidence in the design software company. Blah blah blah. Okay. Now we go to the stocks. SMR stock. Let's get an update. August 15th, NewScale Power shares rose 7% after reporting a narrower Q2 loss and a year-over-year revenue increase, reflecting progress in small modular reactor, SMR advancements, and new Nuclear Regulatory Commission NRC approval. However, analysts advise caution due to steep valuation and competition. August 14th, stock experienced volatility with a reported 1.1% drop, prompting discussion on whether investors should sell. Mixed views, blah, blah, blah. August 13th, NewScale Power announced participation in upcoming investor conferences, signaling ongoing efforts to engage the institutional investors and boost visibility. August 11th, NuScale Power filed an automatic mixed securities shelf, potentially indicating plans to future capital raising, which could impact stock dynamics. August 10th, raised their price target, don't care. Right, the earnings were last week. NuScale, just do a recap. NuScale Power report Q2 25 earnings with a GAAP EPS of minus 0.18%, missing estimates of 3 cents, and revenue of 0.48 million, missing estimates by 10.23 million. Despite the miss, the company highlighted operational expense increase and progress towards securing its first US SMR contract by the end of 2025. I hope so. Q2 revenue surge, blah, 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 don't care. General sentiment, NuScale's leadership in SMR, clean air, blah, blah, blah. Okay, don't care. Next. CWCO. Consolidated Water. August 12th. I think I already did this one. Consolidated Water reported Q2 25 result with a 3% revenue increase of 33.59 million, surpassing estimates of 32.75 million. Earnings per share were 32 cents, beating consensus estimates of 20 cents. Net income also increased compared to the previous year. August 12th, the company has plans for a major 200 million seawater desalination plant project in Hawaii. Oh, wow. Set to begin construction in early 2026 while expanding operations in the U.S. and Caribbean. Hell yeah. August 12th, Consolidated Water held its Q2 earnings call. Strategy, blah, blah, blah. Quiver Quantitative reported Consolidated Water's Q2 25 financial results, highlighting 3% revenue growth, blah, blah, blah. Globe Newswire published results. American Breaking Consolidated quarterly earnings results. Blah, blah. Nothing special. That Hawaii thing sounds interesting. VFF. This one should be good. This one should be good. Have our earnings. Record profitability in Q2 25. Record profitability. Those are some good words. Village Farm reported record profitability driven by its Canadian cannabis operations, with a 12% sales increase to 59.9 million and 20 million in net income, boosting shares by 27%. So the cannabis side of the business is really growing. I don't know if they're completely just going to go away from traditional produce like vegetables, but they're at least on the cannabis side, it's doing good. Expansion of cannabis operations. The company announced plans to expand cultivation capacity in Delta, British Columbia, converting 550,000 square feet of greenhouse space for cannabis production to support its growth in 2026. Strong Q2 earnings. Village Farms beat expectations with Q2 25 earnings, reporting a earnings per share of 3 cents, a 400% improvement year over year, and a full year EPS forecast of 12 cents, up 137.5%. Momentum and optimism. Zach's highlighted strong momentum with the strong buy, blah, blah, blah. Stock price surge. Significant trading, blah, blah, blah. System. Resistance, noting. Social media buzz. Blah, 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 blah. Cannabis market focus. The company's transition to cannabis-focused business was highlighted with international cannabis sales growth 285% year over year in Q1 and plans to triple sales in 2025. Inclusion ETF VFF was added to the Advisor Shares Pure US Cannabis ETF MSOS, signaling increased investor interest. So now we get fund flows. So now whoever buys this ETF, a part of that money is going to go into VFF. So we're going to get fund flows now. Yay! Yeah, this is definitely becoming more of a cannabis agricultural company, which is fine. Nothing wrong with that. Personally, I like the greenhouse technology more than anything. Coinbase. Convertibility notes offering. Coinbase announced a $2 billion private offering of convertible senior notes, later upsized to $2.6 billion, with $1.3 billion due in 2029 and $1.3 billion due in 2032. The stock fell after the announcement, with shares dropping significantly due to investor concerns about dilution and debt. Yeah. Stock price movement. Rose, surge in Bitcoin prices, blah, blah, blah. The stock experienced volatility, decline, blah, 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 by August 12th. I after hours, blah, blah, blah. I can read stock charts too. I don't need to fucking update on that shit. Analyst updates, raised price target, blah, blah, blah. Keith to lower the price, blah, blah, blah. I'm an analyst. I have my own updates. Corporate developments. Coinbase announced partnership in the Oppenheimer 28th Annual Technology, Internet, and Communications Conference on August 8th with CFO Alicia Haas speaking. The company launched a stablecoin bootstrap fund to deepen the stablecoin liquidity and DeFi announced on August 12th. Coinbase closed a deal with Deribit on August 14th, aiming to build a comprehensive crypto trading platform with spot, futures, perpetuals, and options. I think I remember that last week. Partner with Squad's protocol to make USDC the default stablecoin across their product suite on Solana, announced August 13th. Market regulatory context reports highlighted Coinbase's collaboration with JP Morgan, easier crypto buying, at banned Coinbase, and portraying a dystopian Britain sparked debate, blah, blah, blah. Discussion around Trump's order allowing cryptocurrencies 401k plans noted as potential positive catalyst for coin, blah, blah, blah. Institutional activity, adjusted their holdings, management, PNC, selling group, Vanguard Group, shares, that's fine. Bought shares, sold shares, so did I, that's cool. SSYS. I'm just looking for like actual news. I don't care what analysts say. I don't care what people are buying or selling. I'm like, just like news. I want news. So I think I already saw this, yeah. Stratasys reported Q2 adjusted earnings per share of 3 cents, meeting analyst estimates, and revenue of 138.09 million, slightly above the 107.15 million expected. The company significantly lowered its full year 2025 revenue guidance to 550 to 560 million, below consensus of 572.5 million, and adjusted earnings per share to 13 cents to 16 cents, below 32 cent expected, citing prolonged macroeconomic uncertainty and delayed customer spending. Probably all the tariffs. Shares fell 12.5% in the morning session due to the guidance cut. Blah, blah, blah. Pre-market trading saw a 40% drop. August 12 pre-earnings, estimates, consensus, Q2, blah, blah, blah. Stratasys announced collaboration with Toyota to accelerate production, innovative improvement. I think I already saw this. Stock performance, blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool. Cool. Rivian. Let's look at the $1 billion loss company. Or a $2 billion loss, I think. Yep, Rivian report Q2 loss of 80 cents per share, missing the Zacks consensus estimate of a 65% loss per share. Though improved from year over year, loss of 1.21. Revenue reached 1.3 billion, surpassing the Zacks consensus estimates of 1.26 billion, up 12.5% year over year, driven by growth in software and services. Production totaled 5,979 vehicles, down from 9,612. In Q2 2024, deliveries were 10,661 units, down from 13,790. Gross loss narrowed to 206 million from 451 million in Q2 2024, with a negative gross margin of 16%. Adjusted EBITDA loss was 667 million, improved from 857 million in Q2 2024. Rivian revised its 2025 guidance, projecting 40,000 to 46,000 vehicle deliveries with an adjusted EBITDA loss of 2 to 2.25 billion, wider than the prior 1.7 to 1.9 billion forecast. Stock price movement, blah, 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 blah. Other company updates. Rivian announced a new road trip package for the R1 Dual and Max battery, including extras like dark cargo crossbars and XPEL stealth paint protection. Ooh, stealth paint. Posted on X August 12, 2025. I think I saw that. A one of one R1S quad Pebble Beach vehicle was auctioned on August 13th. I saw that. Rivian highlighted its navigation with Google Maps. Saw that. A Rivian senior performance test engineer achieved third place. Modified quad motor R1T. Okay, that's cool. Rivian prepared new OS options, blah, blah, blah. Analyst sentiment, don't care. Okay. Palantir, always a fun one. Good old Palantir. Strong, oh yeah, this was last week. Strong Q2 earnings performance. Palantir reported Q2 2025 revenue of 1 billion, first time ever. A 40% year-over-year increase, surpassing analyst expectations. This led to a significant price surge, with shares hitting all-time highs. Stock price movement, blah, 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 blah. NS upgrades, blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah, blah. Market and investor sentiment, blah, blah. Highlighted, blah, 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 blah. Notable commentary: CEO Alex Karp emphasized Palantir's strong position in the AI race, warning that the U.S. could lose its edge, and highlighted the company's appeal to retail investors. I mean, you're the salesman, you gotta say shit like that. Karp noted that working at Palantir is like the best credential in tech, taking a jab at elite colleges. That's adorable. Kathy Wood's ARK Invest sold Palantir shares at highs, indicating some profit taking. Discussions on X emphasize the leadership, AI defense, blah, blah, blah. Technical analysis, blah, blah, blah. Broader context. Palantir stock was mentioned. Discussion about AI tech-driven ETFs and position benefits. Global trade tensions, positioning as a winner. And defense sectors. And blah, blah, blah. Okay. I think CRISPR. Yep. Crispy. CRSP. CRISPR Therapeutics, August 4th. Yeah, CRISPR Therapeutics reported a Q2 2025 loss of $1.29 per share, beating consensus estimates of $1.54 loss. Oh, good job, by 25 cents. Revenue was $0.892 million, a 72.53 year-over-year decline, missing expectations. Net loss widened to $208.55 million, up 64.98% from the prior year, partly due to the costs tied to the Sirius Therapeutics deal. Casgevy, CRISPR's gene therapy for sickle cell disease and thalassemia, beta thalassemia, saw increased adoption with over 75 authorized treatment centers, ATCs, globally, and 150 patents having sales collected. I think I already saw this. Zach's highlighted, blah, blah, blah. NS updates, blah, 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 blah. Partnership and pipeline development. Mars Inc. partnered with CRISPR Therapeutics to leverage its gene editing technology for cocoa production, highlighting commercial applications. What? You're gonna fucking edit the cocoa plants? What? Positive sentiment around CRISPR's pipeline, particularly CTX112 for autoimmune disease treatment, was noted. Stock performance and sentiment, blah, blah, blah. Market and industrial context, blah, blah, blah. Oh, Kathy Wood, ARK Investments sold some CRISP shares, adjusting its portfolio, while other institutional investors like EQ Fund Management and Privium Fund Management increased stakes. Okay. Some sold off, some bought. That's nice. AVAV. Drone defense. August 13th, 25, AeroVironment stock closed at 25.81, up 1.72% previous day, outperforming blah, blah, blah. Social media post on X, AVAV flagged after a significant earnings gap up with a successful test of the 50-day moving average, blah, blah, blah. And it suggests AVAV experienced volatility, 5%, blah, blah, blah. Bounce off its 50-day, blah, blah, blah. The pink candle signal. What the fuck is a pink candle? Day, which extended. It's going way back now. Fund management, increase the stock position. Yeah, it's nothing. Nothing important. Why would I care about some other fucking analyst and their fucking opinion? These are my stocks. Only my opinion matters. All right. Acquisition of Geost completed. On August 12th, Rocket Lab announced the completion of its $275 million acquisition of Geost, an electro-optical and infrared EO/IR payload development and manufacturing company. This move enhances Rocket Lab's capabilities in space-based missile defense. Ooh, shit. Space protection and space domain awareness, positioning it as a prime contractor for U.S. national security initiatives. Holy shit. That's a lot of stuff. Stock price movement, Rocket Lab experienced volatility, blah, blah, blah. Acquisition news, blah, blah, blah. Q2 25 earnings aftermath following the August 7th earnings report, which showed record quarterly revenue of $144 million, up 36% year over year, and a 650 basis point improvement in gross margins, Analysts noted strong launch activity and satellite growth. However, the stock dipped after missing EPS estimates by 6 cents, reporting 13 cents per share. Analyst ratings and price targets, blah, blah, blah. Institutional ownership milestone, post on X, and UK Rocket Lab's institutional ownership reached an all-time high. Blah, market sentiment, technical analysis, blah, 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 future conditioning. The GEOS acquisition and strong Q2 performance were cited as strengthening Rocket Lab's role in the defense market, particularly for next generation initiatives like the Golden Dome architecture. Keep talking about that. I think that's a big military contract thing. The company's $430 million cash reserve and focus on reusable rockets, e.g. Neutron, were also highlighted as growth drivers. Wow, there's a lot of stuff. Okie dokie. Well, that is our update for it. So again, this is our weapons of finance, our sword portfolio. So it's our ancillary portfolio, supporting the primary. It's our offensive strategy. So we're going after a lot of individual stocks, aggressive stocks. We got long-term and high growth potential, aggressive volatility and risk, focused sector investments, targeted stock opportunities, and streamlined management. So that was our update for the sword portfolio for this week. So Village Farm is by far the big outperformer, mainly due to its cannabis part of the business. But anyway, as always, thank you for watching. If you have any questions, comments, or criticisms, let me know, and have a good day.